You get to go into these communities and introduce yourself to a stranger, and if you get to connect and engage them and earn their trust, then they share their world with you. If they want to share what they've been through, you want to make sure that you do it justice and that you give them the opportunity to give them a voice.
There's someone being rescued right now, actually. Very positive here. You can hear them chanting. Well, if you're waking up and you've missed the news, intentionally staying as long as possible. We're going to head off on a 45-minute to an hour walk to see these Wollemi pines.
Happiness, joy, sadness, a journey. That's what music means to me. It's a form of communication, and it has helped me understand the world. When you listen to different types of music, you learn a lot of things about people, you learn about history, you learn about culture. And I think being a music teacher, you can try to help other people to understand the beauty in the world through music.
As a photographer working for the Herald, it's like I'm the eyes of the audience who can't be there, where I'm meeting people and, just trying to capture the essence of them or their story, or if it's a breaking news, to capture in a moment something that tells the whole story. If I'm coming to photograph someone, it's either on the best day of their life, or it might also be one of the worst days of their life. I need to approach that person, that story, with sensitivity. I need to put myself in that other person's shoes and have a think about what they're feeling and thinking. And often I won't start taking photographs until I've sat down with a person and had a chat and heard some of their story in their own words, what's going on for them. They want people to know what it is they've gone through.
Just a little bit by little bit, I was having my outside music lessons, and that was being encouraged at school. Easter performances, Christmas performances, and as I got older, I then became involved in those things. You start to see these people in your life and you go, they're so passionate. They must love their job. Mrs. Jarman, Kathy, was one of those people. What she provided me in opportunities in the musical space that were beyond just classroom music, I'll be forever grateful for. Every child you see has a teacher that has believed in them. And she was one of those people for me.
I was really fortunate. In the 6 years of high school, I had the same teacher for English for 4 of those years, and that was Mrs. Hasty. And she was also my tutor. And all of a sudden I enjoyed reading, I enjoyed poetry and the way that words can convey something more as well. I think I owe a lot to Mrs. Hasty as to what career path I took. I got to explore so many cool things during my time at school. Got to go to China, learn Chinese during primary school, got to go to Arnhem Land. Not everyone gets those opportunities. Wow, there's so much life and culture, and there's so many different ways to look at things. It helped me want to seek those stories.
我非常喜欢学中文，因为是非常难的科目，但是汉语是非常有意思的语言。Having people come into your classroom that can authentically share their language, their culture with you was absolutely fascinating to me. And that the world is bigger than Penrith. The language component definitely has opened my eyes just to the world.
I think while I'm working, I'm always looking for the next picture. Okay, how can I improve on that last picture I took? I think I know what the picture is, but there might be a better picture somewhere else. I think I've become a very good observer of people, and you start to be able to anticipate what might happen, people's body language and what's being said and other people's reactions. You can start to get a sense of what might be coming, and so that helps shape how I might take the next photograph.
And there's a sense of pride as well, little Cayman, wow, he's now getting to report in London.
The British banks don't want to foot the bill alone, while across the channel, the European Union is looking at measures to rein in big tech companies.
Sometimes you're going so quick and you're wanting to get to the next destination that you sometimes forget. Just sit, take a breath, enjoy it, embrace it, and see what happens next.
Having people that believe in you, that can see you've got what it takes, you need to go and do these things. And now I'm able to look at kids and go, I can see something in you. Working in town hall and putting on performances, working with professionals in the space, we get to make music and speak in another language in a cosmopolitan city. It's so cool.
The dream is to be a foreign correspondent. It comes down to that responsibility and privilege of telling the most important, pressing stories of a country and telling it and distilling it to the Australian audience. Growing up, I never really saw anyone that looked like me on TV. And now you are, and I think it's amazing. And so I just want to run with it, make the most of it, and do the best I can with it.
There is also evidence that suggests within a few generations they can change physically to help them survive as well.